Okay, so our second innovation lesson is that these technologies, these techniques, these approaches are worthwhile even when a startup has some level of product market fit, where they have initial customers who are already saying, yes, this is interesting, I want to use it. The techniques are useful for going further on market segmentation. So exactly who's going to use the technology? Partners, channels, all of those other elements of building a successful business. So with that in mind, I'd like to welcome Chris Rothschild to the stage to talk about Groove.
Good afternoon. I'm Chris Rothstein, co-founder of Groove. We help enable companies to close more deals and to provide better support. So how did we decide to focus on this problem? Well, it all started here at the Googleplex. My team and I all were working at Google. I was a sales manager. I had an incredible team, almost unlimited resources, and some of the best sales tools you could ever have, yet I felt like we were never reaching our full potential. So I started talking to other sales managers, sales reps, both internally and externally, and they were all struggling with the same problems. They were actually probably even struggling more. So I started working with our tools team, and we started to solve some of these problems. And we did everything from creating, using machine learning to predict churn, to creating lead scoring algorithms. But there was still a problem, and that was the number one issue just wasn't being solved, and that was this. And it wasn't email. It was the fact that sales reps get hundreds of emails, and each of these emails requires 4 or 5 actions, and these are all done in a silo, so you can't get better. There's no feedback loop. Just to show you, the first thing a sales rep will do is they'll wonder, who is this person? I manage 100, 1,000 leads. I can't recognize everyone. I don't know how important they are as a customer. I don't know how big they are as a lead, so I need to research them. Secondly, they probably are going to want some sort of materials to support their business case. Normally, you may have some sort of document that marketing created, but you're not sure if it's performing well, you don't know where it is, and if you have the latest version. The third issue is they'll ask a question that you've answered 100 times, but you know that one time you answered it really well and you got a great response, but you can't remember exactly how you answered, so you look through your sent folder. Then finally, hopefully it'll last for a meeting, which is awesome because that means you're moving forward. But the issue is you got to create the event and then you got to add it to your CRM so your team's aware. These are all very time-intensive activities, but that's not even the big problem. The big problem is this. Everyone is operating in a silo. My teammates are doing this 100 times a day as well, and I'm not aware of what's working for them and what's not. Management wants to know where we are with every relationship, but we're not sure because we just don't have the right tracking. And customers are not part of this feedback loop. And this is what we solve. We make it so that you can just interact with your customers and we'll help you improve how you're building relationships. This is an actual screenshot of our product. You can see here when a sales rep opens an email, they instantly have context based on their role and that customer. So they could see, do we have a previous relationship with them? Do they have any open support cases? How much do they spend with us? Whatever makes sense for their role. So they can instantly take action. And when they take action, it's not only did they send an email, we're going to give them feedback. Are the customers interacting with that content? Do they like it? Is it helping them close deals? And this is just the beginning. I really think we're going to become the Fitbit of sales. And when I say that, if I asked you tomorrow to increase the number of steps you take by 1,000, it would be very hard for you to understand where you were as a benchmark, how you're doing, and if you're improving. So the next month, did you hit that goal? That's how sales reps feel today. They know they're doing well, or they kind of know, but they're not sure what's working. They're not sure what they should do next. And that's what we provide them. We have some initial traction. You can see here we have a perfect 5-star rating on the App Exchange. We have great reviews from customers that love us. This is a review from a Googler that says this helped them close business. And we've landed big customers all the way from Fortune 500 accounts like Google, all the way down to hard to penetrate industries, medical, finance, and so on. And the next logical question is this a big enough market? We believe the market is $4 billion. Right now, we are going to go after the 29,000 companies that we believe are using Google Apps and Salesforce. The main reason being, they're early adopters and we have a competitive advantage with them. This market alone, we estimate at 100 million, but this is one small sliver, our initial beachhead, until we move into the entire $4 billion market. It's a fairly complex landscape. There's a range of new players such as RelateIQ that are building next-gen CRMs, to really healthy companies like Inside Sales that are building dialers and tools for inside sales reps. We position ourselves as the enterprise-ready, company-wide solution. And what I mean by that is you want a tool that works for the unique capabilities and interesting problems that enterprises face. They have very complex communication patterns, and we built those from day one. And we also help more than just inside sales reps. Support people use our tool, project management teams, anyone that helps strengthen customer relationships. We believe we have 4 key competitive advantages currently. Number 1, security. We built the product in a way that we have a security advantage so we can close enterprise deals right now. Customizability. This is what I really got out of the Innovators program. We interviewed hundreds of customers, and we realized that what people really want out of their CRM is it to match their exact business, which means it has to be very customized. Our product from day one was built to work with these customizations so that they could get instant value. The other thing we do is we store everything back in your CRM. Nobody wants yet another system. They already have too many. They want one place for reports, one place for dashboards. And the last thing is smart algorithms. My team consists of people that ran billion-dollar CRM instances, built sales teams, and understand every part of the sales cycle. We build algorithms that make decisions for users. These are all great, but I don't believe almost any product advantages last long term. And that's why I think our true competitive advantage is team. We have a great team. We're all ex-Googlers. We've built products. We've had tens of millions of dollars in quota. We've worked at companies like Google, Microsoft, and SAP. We just hired Mike, who is leading our sales efforts to grow faster. And we're going to accelerate over the next few months. We're not currently fundraising. I think we will in the fall. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or if you want to take your sales team to the next level, please let me know. Thanks.
Great job, Chris. Thanks so much. Any questions from the panel for Chris?
Yeah, I had a couple. Chris, great presentation.
Thank you.
So speaking of customization for different enterprise segments,
Yep.
just curious if the CRM area is pretty crowded and pretty
Yep.
rather competitive, right?
Yep.
So I'm wondering if you have traction in any particular segment or if there's any particular areas
Yeah.
or verticals that you have a lot of success in.
Yeah, I think it's funny because when I initially started this project, we built a full CRM and realized that was a bad solution. So now we build on top of existing CRMs, and we focus on verticals where it's a little harder for them to find a quality solution. So we're going mainly after people that are really worried about security, banking, and like medical and these types, or high tech. So anyone that's really worried about security, they have very customized, big sales forces with many profiles, that's what we go after.
And just kind of a follow-up question to that is, do you feel like security is kind of your barrier, the barrier that you've constructed to entry?
I would say, yeah, that and customizability, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have a quick follow-up question. As someone who used to work for a CRM company for many years, I really appreciate what you've done here. You've taken something it's a very segregated, painful process, and you're putting something on top to make it feel seamless for end users. So you mentioned customization as part of your interviews that came out. When you were working with sales reps, what are some of the ahas that you discovered that maybe shaped the product?
Yeah, it's interesting because I initially thought sales reps would just care about not logging activities, just not doing the manual work. But really, they also just want insight. They want to know, what should I be doing next? Everyone has this fear that they're not doing enough, and that's where we try to help them. We try to make sure that everything happens, but then they have the insights to know, I'm doing well, I'm on the right path. Just like Fitbit tells you, okay, you're hitting your goals, and that's what we're trying to reevaluate. Just like, or we're trying to implement. And that's why this email tracking is kind of a psychology feature that it gives them a pat on the back even if their customer doesn't get back to them.
Great. Any other questions? No? Oh, yep, one more.
So are you integrating any of the kind of the personal data, like people's personal Gmail or any other like external data sources into the platform? Have you thought about that? Is that something on your roadmap or is that already available?
Yeah, we definitely have thought about it. We're not currently doing it right now. We're just trying to get the basic stuff done, mainly just getting the corporate data in, and then after that, we may explore that.
Great. Any others? Great. Well, Chris, so much thank you for being in the program. Here's your certificate. And it's been great having an ex-Google team in the program as they continue to drive into the enterprise. And we got you an Up, not a Fitbit, so I hope that's okay. So,
Well, thank you.
all right,
very
thank you,
much.
Chris.